Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Tommy Greene. Good morning, T. Greene.
Good morning, Billy. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, we sure did miss you, Tommy, but we knew you were up in New York watching the Phillies take on the Yankees, taking 2 out of 3. That was a good series.
Yeah, that was. We enjoyed that one, man. I mean, it was a little hot up there, Maggie.
Hey,
Tom, it was the first time. It was the first time I've ever been to Yankee Stadium, so I felt like a little kid again.
Are you serious? That's the first time you never played there?
No. When I played, it was before interleague. So.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
how about that, Tommy? The Phillies get Jhoan Duran and Harrison Bader. The Mets get Ryan Helsley and Cedric Mullins. Who do you think got the better part of the deal? Who did better at the trade deadline?
I tell you what. I mean, I don't look like that. I just like what we got. You know, I like as far as the relief, the closer. You know, the guy who's going to pitch that ninth inning and has done it and has got the stuff to do it with. And he's proved it. So that was a very good get. You know, it costs a little bit, but you don't get nothing for free.
That's right.
You know,
you get that right.
It's gonna cost you.
Hey, Tommy, do you like the entrance? Did that get you pumped up? All that? They didn't have that when you played.
No, we didn't go through all that stuff. You know, we played the game a little bit different. You know, so I mean, people ask me, "What was your walk-up song?" I said, I didn't ever pick out any music for me to walk up to, I remember they would play stuff, from time to time.
Right.
But I don't even know what they play. So, I mean, it didn't matter.
Because you were focused on the game, right? Like you were listening to what?
It was about baseball, not about looking and putting it on social media, So that's the way I look at it.
The game has changed. And I know, we had Scott Air on yesterday to talk about, the bullpen and coming out. Well, bringing somebody in like the rest of the team when you see the front office doing what they did, what's that look like? How do the rest of the team how do they get inspired? Like when they see the front office doing what they can to improve the team.
Well, I mean, when you see the team trying to do something, and making an effort, basically they lost a couple promising prospects, that were in the top of their system. And to try to make a difference in this team now, it's a vote of confidence, that they're trying to do things. And, but bottom line, it's us kicking the butt that say, let's go, we get this thing done type thing, which it's not that they're doing that, but it makes you cognizant of it a little bit more. And then you put your nose to the grindstone and you keep working and try to do things in a positive manner. And hopefully we'll get on that roll and maybe get a little separation here as the last couple of months fill out. So,
Tommy, it's a real race in the NL East between the Phillies and the Mets. This is going to come down to the last week. I guarantee it. I mean, we've been going back and forth, a half game up, a half game back. We got the Detroit Tigers, the first place in the American League Central Detroit Tigers, who yesterday's pitching matchup between Skubal and Wheeler could have been a preview to a World Series game, maybe.
Yes, it could. It could be. I mean, face it, have two guys on the mound like that, and one pitch makes a difference, and those type of games, and they pretty much they were going at it neck and neck, and a couple pitches, it makes a big difference, but anytime when Skubal pitches and Wheeler pitches and you score runs against those guys, I mean a little bit, both of them gave up 3 earned runs. It's not that it's a lot of runs, but hey, you can win those games, because if you do things at the tail end of the bullpen like that, you can't afford to give up runs late, So, and that's what happened yesterday a little bit. But it's a joy to watch those type of guys go head to head to each other, and it's a little possibly preview for things. But that's what's going. Every game counts, and every one of our guys pitching here is our number one guy. like today's the number one guy pitching. You know, whoever's pitching today, he's number one in the rotation. That's the way I look at it. Every day an important day.
Well, what I liked about yesterday's game was, first of all, the Tigers got to Wheeler early. Then the Phillies showed up late, but they came back. They had fight. Like last year, their offense was so anemic that, like, remember we played the Mets in the playoffs. I mean, you got down. You knew the game was over. Right? You didn't get that feeling yesterday. And then, of course, Harper hits a home run. Castellanos goes yard, or Castellanos hit his first, and then Harper goes yard. And it was like you still had the belief, like when they got the Scooble, that they had a shot.
Yes, and they did. And it's just hard giving up runs late. If we had held and not given up any runs, that things could be a little bit different. The way things end in the ball game. But when those guys, you like to see Harper going and trending in the direction he is now, towards the end of the season here, and he gets going a little bit, and that's exactly what's happened. There's some other guys doing the same thing. Marsh is going in the right direction. Everybody's been on him all year. He's quietly like hitting 265 compared to where he was, and what has he had to hit to get to that point? He's starting to do some positive things and get on base and do some things and play solid defense out there too when he gets, when he plays. So, I mean, guys have got to find a way to improve and step up a little bit. And sometimes some guys are going to go down, but the other guys have got to pick him up. We got to have that ham and egg going a little bit during the final 2 months of the season. We cannot all afford to go bad at the same time, like we've done in the past, it seems like.
Tommy, I've got two questions for you. I'll ask this one first. In regards to the trade deadline, what would you grade Dave Dombrowski's trade deadline after he acquired Jhoan Duran and Harrison Bader? Some people were disappointed, felt like there was some, cash left on the table, some potential left on the table, hugging on to some prospects maybe. What did you think about I know you said you liked the acquisitions, but do you think the Phillies could have, stood to do more, and what would you have graded it?
Well, it all depends on, what was out there and what the cost was. And obviously they put the emphasis on Painter was not touchable. That's what it was telling me. And you got to make a stand somewhere. Everybody's like, give up the farm, give everything everybody wants, and try to win this year. That's not what it's about a little bit. You have to keep your organization intact a little bit, or you go back into dark ages again, and nobody likes that either.
Yeah.
So
I do think John Middleton's a little scarred.
Just because you make all the moves don't guarantee you nothing.
Right.
You still got to go out there today and play, and good pitching stops good hitting any day. Mm-hmm. So you got to go about it the right way, and you think the right thing. So you grade it. Who all was out there that you would love to get, and put that right-handed bat? They got a solid guy that plays solid defense. And he can give you some sparkies, that type of attitude, I think. And it's, he said the right things when when he come over here,
right.
in his interview and stuff. Those are the type of guys you want playing here in Philly. Yeah. So maybe he can add that spark, and and you're definitely getting defense out there when he's out there, and then hopefully some timely hits when he gets the opportunity to hit. So we'll see about that. But the graded average, I think you'd have to give him at least a B, if not B plus.
That's where I was at.
To get an A, you have to get. Was that big bat? That type of thing before you do something like that. But you can't give up the farm trying to. Right now, if it's not there for the taking, you can't give up. You got to hold on to a couple of chips, especially the big one.
Yeah, 100%. I was a little disappointed because Eugenio Suarez went for cheaper than I expected. Granted, he's a rental, so if you gave up some decent prospects, you weren't going to re-sign him.
Danny, it's not for a lack of trying. The Phillies' payroll is at $307 million.
Yeah,
but the Mets is $340. So
of course,
they're at the luxury tax.
It's just some guys haven't been showing up in the playoffs when you need it to matter most, and it's not necessarily Phillies' fault.
Right. I'm not worried about the playoffs right now, guys. I'm worried about
getting there.
Let's keep going. We got to win. We got to keep going. We got to win series. And we need to win series. So we do that. We got to get there first, and then we'll take care of it. We just got to get hot at the right time. So then that's what it's about.
And you know what, Tommy? It's going to come down to the 3 stars for each the Mets and the Phillies, because obviously the Phillies with Harper, Turner, Schwarber, and then the Mets have Soto, Lindor, and Pete Alonso. That's 3 big stars against 3 big stars. It's just who shows up, who's hot at the right time.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It goes like that a little bit. the defensive side, I think the solid defense is not making, not giving runs away, and playing the solid baseball, man. I mean, bottom line, we got to continue to pitch, and right now, if our starters can continually pitch and we can get to that guy in the ninth, we got a pretty good shots of sealing the deal. Just like the Mets do for the most part. They're back into their bullpens are going to be the same way. They got some arms down there too, so it's going to be interesting. We got to play good, solid baseball.
Tommy, really quick, I want to ask you about two of our prospects that might come up. I mean, I think they'll come up in the next month or so. Andrew Painter and Justin Crawford. I believe the idea is that they're going to keep Crawford down there till at least August 15th to manipulate his service time, keep him a rookie for the 2026 season. As far as Andrew Painter, I'm not sure when we'll see him. He had a great start his last time out. 6 innings of 1-run ball, a little over 100 pitches. When they do come up, because it's just a matter of time at this point, where do you, one, see Justin Crawford playing? Do you see consistent playing time or platoon? I know it's hard to determine, but in your opinion. And then also Andrew Painter. I mean, we've talked about a starter moving to the bullpen to give that bullpen some more help. Do you see him coming up and starting in the bullpen? Do you see them moving Luzardo to the bullpen and Painter to the rotation? How do you see that all playing out?
Well, it's going to be interesting. The possibility, everything goes, when you get down to the end of the season, what can help. I mean, to me, if they're going to try to do that with him, possibly they got to kind of educate him and educate his body a little bit to do it. You know what I mean? It's a mentality if they choose to get him because he's got to get ready quick. It's not a take your time type thing to get ready.
Yeah,
so
and pitchers are creatures of habit.
You got to consider that. Yeah, we all are. I had to do it. I never pitched in the bullpen until I got to the big leagues.
Right.
Ever. So it's a different mentality, but it helped me once I got the gist of what I needed to do to take care of myself every day, to prepare myself to possibly pitch every day, or to do that, and what I had to do to prepare myself to get ready quick. Play catch with the outfielders. I know what I used to do. That's what I used to do the first four innings or so because I was the longer guy. I had to play catch with outfielders. That way, if that phone rang early, it didn't take me but a few. I could get ready pretty quick. It's not about being perfect down in the bullpen. It's about getting loose, and you got 8 more pitches out there to kind of really zone in when you go out on the mound. So it's you got to learn that side of it a little, and the mental side of it too. So it's a process with is that type of thing. But Crawford is a one that could possibly help. I mean, it's good to get your feet wet, and I think it's a good thing for them to bring them up at the end, whether they'll be on the playoff roster or not. I don't know how. I'm not thinking about it. I haven't read up on how all that works now. Everything's changed a lot.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to give them that taste and be a part. They got them involved in big league camp. They tend to do that early now. It seems like get the invites to spring training and play and do that. We weren't that way when you had to be on the roster to be up there. It seemed like, it's going to be interesting for him. It's a good thing to possibly get his feet wet, be around it, be able to fill in maybe late in the game or, possibly start a game. It depends on where we're at and what we're doing, and who's hot and who's not, type thing. So I think that kind of goes. When you got a team in the pennant race, you're not screwing with a lot of things,
Right, you want to keep, yeah. All right, every Sunday during the baseball season, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. Tommy, real quick, sad news this week. Ryan Sandberg passed away.
Yeah,
you played against him, right? You knew him, right?
Yeah, I knew Ryan, and I played against him a ton. So it's a sad day for baseball.
Yeah.
And the Phillies, which had started here, and then also the Cubs. I mean, he was like Mr. Cub too. I mean, he was there what he did, and for the game of baseball in Chicago, and it's unbelievable.
How many times did you?
And he was a nice man.
How many times did you face him, Tommy?
Oh God, I can't remember. It was all through when I come up in the big leagues. Right. So it's. I
mean, you faced him a lot, right?
A right good bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and when I got the chance to pitch against the Cubs, so.
Well, Tommy, man, we really appreciate it. I look forward to the Phillies play tonight. They 7:10 pitcher on national television right here on ESPN. And Sanchez going on the hill tonight, 93 with a 2.55 ERA. Hopefully the Phillies can take 2 out of 3 against the first-place Tigers in the American League Central.
Yeah, that's what we need to do, man. We got to win. We need to win the series. It'd be great to have one of those starts and we score by 8 runs and You know, and we take the pressure off you, Billy, so your blood pressure stays down.
All right, Tommy Greene. As always, we appreciate you. Look forward to talking to you next Sunday.
You got it, guys.
There he
Thanks,
is.
Tommy.
Tommy Greene on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. It's sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue.